All right, so we're working in the shop today, and as always, we're working on a cool old vehicle. You guys have seen a couple of progress videos on this 1951 Willys wagon. It's a big old tank of a Jeep, and we had some issues with brakes. The original owner decided that an emergency brake was not necessary, so he threw away all the pieces and just would shove it in gear and call it good enough. So we're going through and we're relocating all the parts, e-brake parts, which they have arrived. They came in that little box there from some magical junkyard in Nebraska. So I'm working on that, but I'm looking outside and I'm like, oh, it's so nice. We've had 3 solid days of rain and the sun is out. And you know what that means? It's not time to pet the dog. Is it time to pet the puppy dog? Oh boy, look at that puppy pup. Nope, it's not time to pet the dog. It's time to get to work. And what that means is this mechanic shop, working on old Jeeps and old rigs like this, turns into a body shop. Still working on old rigs. Well, let me tell you, there's enough of them to go around. This is our 1957 Isetta, and last week I got a wild hair and I was like, I got to get rid of that dent. So when I bought this car 5 years ago, it came with some rubbing rash. In other words, it rocked inside a moving truck from Ohio to the West Coast, and when it did, it rubbed up against something. I'm not sure what, but it put a lot of dents and just really weird damage in the side of the car. So we're working on fixing that up. One thing I found that's really interesting is there's lots of room. If I reach my hand back up in here, I've got a foot of room. So I'm able to take my hammer and find all the low spots. There was a low spot there, there, a crease across there, a low spot there, a tear, which I'm going to weld this up here, pounded all this down. I was able to do a lot of non-Bondo body work by just feeling out the dents using my dolly and my, I forget what you call this thing. Is this the dolly? Dolly and hammer. Dolly hammer. And I got it pretty good. So there's still a little bit of a dent there. This dent right here is into the passenger compartment. I don't know if I can get behind the wall or if I can just use my stud gun and slide hammer that out, weld the stud to that and pull that out. There's a shallow dent right there. So I'm working on that. I'm going to weld this. And I thought, you know what? I'm doing such a good job on this body work. Why not add some more body work to my plate? I mean, I got all these old crusty cars. They all need paint jobs. Let's move on out here to the yard. The sun is out. Let's enjoy the vitamin D and the dust-free atmosphere. Don't have to sweep the shop once I get it all dusty. This is my 1957 Barclay, as they call it in England. And you've seen me rebuild this headlight bucket in prior videos. You've seen me rebuild this door in prior videos, and I've sprayed it a couple times with high build primer. And guess what I'm doing? I'm flattening it all out. 180 on a shoe. This is called the Easer shoe, and just going over the whole car. That's what makes a paint job really great, and it takes a long time. Even for a car this small that weighs 500 pounds and is only 10 feet long, 4 feet wide, something like that, it's a lot of work. When you get to cars like that car, the Nash, that would be the No Frills Nash, it's twice as much work. So I've been going around and I've been finding my spots. I found a dent here, filled it with a little Bondo because it was deeper than I could pound out. And you can see my scratches on there. Just making a nice X pattern with my board. And I've been going over and over and over, and I keep finding stuff. So this door really surprised me. There was a lot of highs and lows there that I just didn't see. And the only way to get that out is by blocking. Blocking is a lot of work. I sweat and I probably lose weight and I go through a lot of sandpaper, but it really makes for a nice paint job. 95% of a good paint job is prep. Well, maybe more, maybe 98%. It's a lot of work. And then if doing a block job on the Nash, so blocking my Nash, blocking my Berkeley, and the Isetta bodywork. Petting my little dog. See my dog over there? I'm also fixing a crack on this bumper. Plastic bumper. I didn't know how to fix that. Nothing would seem to stick to it. So this is the bumper off of my Key van, my Suzuki Super Carry, which is over in the corner, way over there. You can see it doesn't have a bumper on it. I think I fixed this by gluing it, and then I'm going to have to put some filler or something over this. But I'm not sure what sticks to plastic. I've never painted a plastic bumper before, like ABS plastic. Lots of metal, no plastic. Anyhow, I'll give you a walk around the Nash. It's looking good. It is body shop day here, let me tell you. Let me take a break. Getting all these inside edges smooth, and it's just a lot of work. Got the trunk gaps better. You can see there's still a little bit of low spot there, but I think when the seal is in there, that'll be right. Sanding in here is really difficult. There's not really much of a block you can use. You have to use some type of a pad. It takes extra time. Found a lot of stuff with this door. You can see all the highs and lows. It was just messed up. And I'm really glad I found those, but a lot of work. My gap here now is perfect. It was too tight there for a while. I figured out how to trim that out, make it so it doesn't buckle my paint the first time I open the door with new paint. It's always important. I've got this whole side of the car really to block out yet again, and I'll probably hit it with some more primer and do it again until I'm happy with it. It takes a long time, but it's a pretty cool car. It's going to look great. I think I'm going to go with the green, original green on this, and the Berkeley. I have not picked a color, and the Isetta is really going to challenge me. I want to match it, and I'm not a great blender, so we're going to see how this works out. I'm probably going to end up blending the whole side of the car to make it look good. So that's what we're doing today. I hope I didn't over talk or overstate my body shop business on the side. It is just a side business. I do it for myself. What I'm in business for is old stuff like this. So hope you enjoyed. Hope you got an eyeful. And I think I'm going to pet my dog one more time. We're going to close out. Stel, any closing statements? I want to get a squirrel. Not bad.